Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, South Africa has balls, and for good reason. South Africa refers Israel to International Criminal Court of Justice. So, what does it mean? That they will refer Israel as some people referred Putin. Remember, Putin has an arrest warrant issued by ICC, International Criminal Court, located in The Hague. Well, South Africa refers Israel. I don't think Israel gives a damn, but I think this is a symbolic message for others. So let's look at this article coming from Russia Today. Very interesting, very revealing. Russia Today, South Africa refers Israel to ICC. What kind of allegations you got, South Africa? Let's see them. Pretoria accuses the Israeli government of committing genocide in Gaza. Do you think that ICC will do anything about it? Even if it will do anything about it, Israel will not give a damn, because I think Israel is not even a signatory of the ICC. They're not idiots like those guys that are signatory. Oh, yeah, we're going to allow others to judge our leaders. Yes, thank you very much. It's not even, yeah, I'm going to give my father for you or you to just try my father. Really? Psh, no, I do it in my family. Not you or an outsider. Why do I need you? And I try your father? What is this? I'm not taking care of my kids. I take care of your kids. And you don't take care of your kids. You take care of my kids. So what do you mean? Destroying our connection with the family? So let's go to this article. South Africa has asked the International Criminal Court to investigate the Israeli government for alleged war crimes in Gaza. President Cyril Ramaphosa announced on Wednesday during a two-day visit to Qatar. Remember when BRICS was organized in South Africa? These beautiful countries pointed a finger at Ramaphosa and said, you gotta arrest Putin if he shows up, because ICC has a arrest warrant issued for Putin, and you, being a signatory country of ICC, you have to do it. And everything was averted. Puck. And everybody was like, yeah, we have the power. Now, let's see, what are you going to do with Mr. Ramaphosa's referral? I tell you what they're going to do. Either nothing, or they will do, we're going to look into it. And even if they come with a somehow critical statement regarding Israel, they cannot touch Israel. For obvious reasons. If you don't know, you have to listen to me longer to understand why. But I think you guys know. The claim against Israel, which has not ratified the Rome Statute. There you go. So, no jurisdiction. Russia did not ratify the Rome Statute as either, but they still issued an arrest warrant for the president of the country that doesn't fall under the jurisdiction. It's like another country issues an arrest warrant for you in your country. No jurisdiction whatsoever, unless this country gives in, arrests you, and sends you there, extradites you. All right, it says the treaty establishing the ICC was taken together with many other countries, Ramaphosa said, without specifying which states were involved. Last week, Colombian President Gustavo Petro announced Bogota would request that the court prosecute Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu over, and I'm quoting, the massacre of civilians in Gaza. Similarly, two Turkish lawyers and a former lawmaker have petitioned Ankara's government to file charges against Israel at the ICC, to which Turkey is also not a party. Real countries are not party of that garbage, basically. Strong independent countries or criminal countries, right? Ankara government. All right, Israel declared war again. We have to have this one, as I said. Always this. You gotta get that in your brain, right there. Okay, like the other numbers from other historical events. On Wednesday, Ramaphosa claimed that while South Africa, an active supporter of Palestinian sovereignty, does not endorse the Hamas incursion, the Israeli response amounts to genocide that warrants an ICC investigation. Get out of here. And I'm quoting, we are opposed to the operation that is ongoing, particularly as it is now targeting hospitals where babies, women, and the injured are dying like flies. The South African leader said, well, hey, did you hear what the Israel government's answer to that was? The justification? They use those as, Hamas uses those as human shields. Therefore, in their brain, that's this and that. As I always say, like you have a guy who robs a bank, gets surrounded by the police, he gets a hostage, and you blow both of them up because why? Police doesn't do that. If someone has a hostage, holds it like here, you're not going to shoot both of them and you get the job done. Hey, I solved the problem. He was holding a hostage. Well, this is kind of like justification over there. Well, Hamas, if it's true, holds the Palestinians hostage as human shields. Therefore, it's now out of fault when you use the bazooka on the guy with the hostage. It's all legitimate. This is, think about it. And I'm quoting, there is a need for the whole world to rise and call for, I'm quoting, right, the Israeli government to cease fire and stop what is happening and the ICC to investigate. Of course, legal measures need to be taken at a global level. You got the United States, which is going to veto each and every time because United States is its own boss. Human Rights Watch, HRW, has also demanded on Tuesday that Israel's attack on hospitals, ambulances, and medical personnel in Gaza be, quote-unquote, investigated as war crimes, even if they determine that you can't touch those guys. Got that? I read an article, just skimmed through it. They said they will not do that. The Western countries will not pressure Israel because Israel has nuclear weapons. I don't think so. I think if they somehow fall outside of the order and the dominance, and they do that, I think that those guys over there will try to meet Yahweh just like this, because it's a prophecy. When Israel will be surrounded, then what's happening? Just read the Old Testament, my friends. Not the new one, the old one. Now, the World Health Organization reported that 522 people, including 16 medical workers, 16 had been killed in 137 attacks on healthcare in Gaza as of November 12. Remember, if you would have this, the World Trade Organization reported 521 people, including killed. If this would have happened in Russia, then I guarantee you would have a coalition of countries, either through United Nations or to whomever, that will do all that. You will see. I mean, that's usually what happens when America wants something done. Here, it just talks. Earlier this month, South Africa joined Chad, Jordan, Bahrain, Honduras, Colombia, Bolivia, and Turkey in recalling diplomats from Tel Aviv in response to Israel's actions in Gaza. And Israel is like the caravan keeps passing and the dogs keep barking. Why? Because you don't have the decision makers doing anything, and you can't. It's like doing something to, let's say, North Korea or to United States. I've said North Korea because it's a really small country somewhere over there, and at least North Korea has some nuclear weapons. That's why these guys can't touch it. And therefore, these guys are fighting against other countries acquiring nuclear weapons because it's dangerous. No, because you can't bully them. On top of being dangerous, because you have to control more and more countries. And you can't just push them around. Imagine that Saddam Hussein had nuclear weapons. He would be still there if his old age would dictate that. He would be still there. The same thing with Gaddafi. If he had nuclear weapons, he would be still there. Nothing would happen. These guys will obviously impose thousands of sanctions on them and all that, but they would have been there. The country would not have been destroyed. So that tells you something. And a lot of countries are seeing that. Remember what Pakistan, I can't remember who was the leader of Pakistan then, when India got nuclear weapons, what they said? Even if we have to eat grass, we will acquire nuclear weapons. And they did. And the United States did what? And others did what? Nothing. So that's an incentive for others to do so. But And the other thing is, who's calling everybody out? You should not have, you should have, you should not. The United States. The United States. Second World War, atomic bombs. I spoke about that many times. In this case, nothing will happen, not even symbolic. And even if something happens, no jurisdiction, as no jurisdiction with Putin. And even if the United Nations, let's say, through a, Jesus Christ miracle, the resolution is, as many others were voted, in stopping that, no settlements, no return the territories, bring back the refugees. What happened? Nothing. The same with this guy, with this situation. The United States talks about, hey, you need to do this, but they don't. Why? Because this is just words, and you can't make them. You can't. Why? Two things. They got friends in your country, and they have nuclear weapons. What are you going to do about it? Rob one? Maybe that one. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.